fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week I'm going to update you on my restoration here that I've got going on my MPC 71 Camaro that you see right here. And last time you saw it, I was doing the video shooting the actual color on the body, just showing you tips and tricks on spraying the model body with an airbrush. And that went over fairly well, so I'm thankful for that and everybody that enjoyed that and commented on that. But I've done quite a bit more work to this one to get it to this point. So, as you see, the body is shot and painted. And this is the cranberry red right here from Scale Finishes, which is an actual color. And I foiled the body, foiled the emblems. And most of the emblems themselves I foiled and shot them under the clear. And I did that with these marker lights as well. And really happy with the way they came out. Because you can see the... if it'll focus on it, yeah. And you can see the texture, the detail, and then the clears over that, and then the marker light itself, turn signal amber and stoplight red. So, and then I got the chrome attached, the bumpers and the grille in there. And I did find out, verifying that Rally Sport front end cars, from 70 to 73, they did not have an SS emblem in the grille at all from the factory. A lot of people add them, so that's where my confusion was. I was seeing SS emblems. If it was a standard bumper, the SS emblem was on the grille. But if it's a Rally Sport front end, there is no SS emblem in the grille, only on the fenders. And matter of fact, there is no SS emblem on the back either. Just the big block's got the blacked out tail panel like I've done here. So only the SS emblems on the fenders, which I find that kind of odd that they would do that. Another piece of trivia, when you see the stripes on the hood and the deck lid, those are also Z28 stripes. Some people call them SS stripes, but they were not available on the SS. But a lot of people add them and customize their cars to their liking, and that's some of the things that happen. So yeah, no emblem in the grille. The only exception is the Z28 Rally Sport did get the Z28 emblem in the grille, but any of the other cars, no emblem in the grille, not even a bow tie, which I think is kind of odd. But they did have the Camaro emblem up here in the header panel, and which is foiled, and I put the red on it. The 71s were red in there, and so were 72s, and painted the turn signal amber on the marker lights there, and glued all this in. And I also blacked out the entire inside of the chassis. Since this is MPC and you can see all of this stuff, the chassis doesn't fit snugly, so a lot of the gaping areas you can see all of this. But I did paint the headliner in there, which I tend to do, and I painted the top of the glass because the glass was pretty frosty in there from when it was painted, so I painted that. And so it's all detailed and blacked out in there, and then I got the taillights put in there, which you just saw right there, and the USA 1 license plate, which is correct for 70 and 71. 72s actually say 1972, but wings added on there, you saw all of that, and then I did all the work. Polished the glass up a little bit. I still got some fingerprints and stuff from handling, and then bare metal foiled all of the trim. Mirrors are ready to go on. I used the Motolo pen for the lock cylinders, because it's really hard to do a circle and foil for me, and then for some reason the foil ones tend to come off. And I'll do the trunk lid cylinder the same way, which may be blacked out, but got it all ready. I decided to put the rocker moldings on this one, as pretty much they had them, but I did without wheel opening moldings, because some had it, some didn't, and it looks like it was an option. So I just kind of dolling this one up a little bit, but this body's looking great. I'm real happy with that. And I got the mirrors painted, cleared, and pinned. If I can pick it up, I'll just slide it. There we go. And then that's just poured a bunch of the Motolo in there. So for the thing, I can get the foil in there, but I did it this way to try it and see how it came out. But the mirrors are ready to go onto the body. And here's the hood. I put the black panel liner in there from the Tamiya, so I put that in there, foiled the edge, and then blacked out the underside of the hood. Came out pretty decent. That's just brush painted. A lot of times on the inside I brush paint, and it usually flows pretty good. Like this is a nice even sheen even though it's brush painted. Sometimes I'll airbrush the hood, but there's really not a whole lot of detail here, so I don't really stress too much about it. Kind of funny about the details and what's correct and what's not correct, so it really depends on the model I'm working on and how much I'll stress the details. If the details are kind of weak, then I don't worry about them too much, but I try to make the best out of what I got without really going really too overboard on some of that stuff. So you see my fingerprints are all over the hood, but I got to clean that all up. Interior is done and came out really nice. Really happy with it. So it's been in and out of the chassis a few times. I got to glue that once it's in place, but this is pretty much ready to glue on. And if you saw, the inside rearview mirror is in there, which doesn't come in the kit. I like to add some of those details. For me, mirrors is a must. I really like mirrors, but except in the race car situations. But I don't do a whole lot of race cars, but I do them. And then these aren't the stock wheels. These are wheels that were provided to me by Dan Doan. He donated these to me years ago, actually. So he may be happy to see them, but they're going to go on this build here. And then I did my video on the tires, so I did these tires as well. Got them all cleaned up and ready to go. And then the foil or the chrome was weak on my air cleaner, and I just foiled it and I whited out. And I mean, it's not the greatest air cleaner, but it's actually MPC correct for the kit. So that's pretty much ready to get glued on. I think I got to clean the stud off because I'm not really sure if carburetor still got it. Then the wheels are almost ready to mount. Batteries detailed and ready to go. Although I had to cut a notch in it. This is from my parts box. It's not the actual MPC battery, so when I was starting to mock it up and put it in here, it didn't quite fit, so I had to trim it for the to fit in there and clear the radiator. But I also have to make a radiator hose because the actual kit one is missing, and I'll make my own, but it's routed this way around the alternator and then to the water neck, where on the 71 GTO it wraps around the other way. So it's kind of funny that they do this stuff. And I still kind of amazed that this one actually has an automatic tranny, because MPC, from all the ones I see, they usually have a manual tranny. But this chassis is detailed and ready to go. I had to touch up some of the areas of black on it from handling, where the corners that I wore through, and you can see the yellow. So touch-ups for me is not uncommon. So I'll touch it up. And then you could see at one time this was the orange pin from the engine right there. So I put some black in there so that it doesn't stand out. It's just details that I like to do, but not really too stressful. I like details, but like this one, I'm working with what I got, trying to keep it all MPC, but not entirely, because I don't have everything. Like these are AMT tires, these wheels. I'm not really sure what they're from. I think they're from an AMT kit. I don't think they're from a recent kit, but I still need to detail and paint these and get them to fit. But I've kind of mocked them up to see how they all fit. So I'm really happy with that. And I'm kind of teasing you in the background here. This is a 72 that I've restored, and it's a brown color. This is one I did previously, and same kind of stuff, except for I kept its original wire hubcaps and white line tires. And then this one, the emblem was there, did not have the spoiler glued on, where this one at one time had the small spoiler glued on, so the emblem was destroyed. So I attached the tall spoiler, which is what I prefer for the 71 and 72s. But this one, it's got the 1972 plate and detailed out, and the black is back out. The back is blacked out, if I could say that. And it's pretty nice. But I'll probably do a full feature on this. And I did the interior in the beige. Although I did the entire dash black, but I think in 72 it was black, but I'm not 100% sure because I was using reference photos. But I know later Camaros, the dashes stayed all black regardless of the interior. But this one's a real similar interior color. So, and I did the same thing, added the mirrors. And I didn't do quite as good a job polishing this window. But That's just kind of a teaser of what this is going to look like, because this is my 71, I got 72, and then I featured my green 70, so I didn't dig that out for this. I'm enjoying this build, and the next time you see this, this will be done. I just got to put it all together. I kind of like showing it to you like this because I can go over the chassis better when it's torn apart, and the interior, even though my lighting isn't all that great, so when I try and get up close, the lighting doesn't quite get in there as well. So I'm trying to learn the lighting, so forgive me for that, but it's just kind of a learning curve. That'll do it on this one, and this one will get completed and off my bench and ready to display. So thank you for tuning in and subscribing, your comments and everything. I do appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next Saturday.